We are going to cover an Activity 15 Learning Target Review Sheet before we take the quiz. So it says write a linear equation given a graph or table. So usually the easiest way to do that would be y equals mx plus b. M is the slope or the rate of change, and b is the y-intercept or the beginning point. So it's important that we focus on our scale. So on my x-axis or my h-axis for hours, everything is filled in and I'm going up by ones. On my y-axis or d-axis for distance and miles, it's not filled in for me. 0, something, 100. And this scale has to be even, so it's halfway between 0 and 100. It's 50. So that means this would be 150. So if we're looking at our slope here, I can find my slope between any 2 points on this line. I know that my slope here is rise over run. It's going to be negative because my line is decreasing. I'm going down one box from 200 down to 150, or 150 down to 100, or 100 down to 50. So I'm going down 50 over one space from 3 to 4, 4 to 5, 5 to 6, so over 1. And this reduces to negative 50. So what does this mean? This means that we're traveling 50 miles per 1 hour. So the next thing we need is our y-intercept, or our b value. And we need to look along our y-axis, or in this case, it's labeled a d-axis. So we're looking where our graph intersects. And it's up at 0, 350. And what does that stand for? This is our starting distance from Dallas. Remember, we had to interpret a lot on our worksheets. So now let's write it. Y equals negative 50 x plus 350. Oops, and I could have used a D and an H for distance and hours, because that's what the graph is labeled as. So how many hours does it take? Or what's the x-intercept? Or what's the 0 of the function? Look here. Takes a total of 7 hours. And I could also circle this. This is your y-intercept if that helps you. Okay, next we're going to graph and analyze functions on the same coordinate plane. So our first equation we're going to graph is y equals negative 5x plus 80. And we're going to do y equals negative 10x plus 80. So let's label x, y. Let's go up by ones here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm going to start skipping numbers. 6, blank, 8, blank, 10, 12, just to spread it out. So it's not too cramped or too messy. Now, if I have a slope of 5 and a slope of 10, and my y-intercept is 80, I need to go all the way up to 80 on my y-axis. What should our scale be? Could we go up by 5s? Yeah, let's go up by 5s. And then I'm going to start skipping numbers as well. So this is 0, 5, 10, 15, 20. Then I'm going to skip 30, skip 40, just so I don't get too messy. You can write them all in if that helps you. If you write smaller than I do. So we're going to start up here at 80. That's my y-intercept. And my slope is down 5 over 1. My rise is 5 and my run is 1. So how do I go down 5 over 1? Well, we're going to go down 1 box over 1, down 1 over 1, all the way. Down 5 over 1, 5. Then use a ruler and connect them so it's nice and straight. What's your x-intercept here? Where does your graph end? 16, 0. All right, let's do the next graph. So down 10 over 1. What's our y-intercept? We're still starting at 80 and go down 5, 10 over 1. So we need to go down 2 boxes this time. 5, 10 over 1, so that's 2 boxes. And again, use a ruler so your line is nice and straight. And what's our x-intercept here? This time it's at 8. All right, what I would like you to do is go ahead and shade the common region. So that would be in between. And let's draw a vertical line at x equals 6. Okay, a vertical line at x equals 6. And what I want you to do is go ahead and write the inequality to represent all of the possibilities. So remember, this first number is my low number, then my inequality symbol, y, because when we're looking up and down, it's our numbers on our y-axis, then your inequality symbol, and then your high number. So this is your low number and your high number. So you're looking at this intersection point and that intersection point, and we don't have to guess this time. So the first one occurs at 20. The second one occurs at 50. Perfect. Okay, the next one says, after 4 hours of travel, Wendy could be 140 to 210 miles away from her final destination. Write the inequality to represent this real world situation, just like we were doing in the previous question. So here's your inequality symbols. This letter doesn't matter in this case. So write in your low number and your high number. So 140 is less than or equal to y, less than or equal to 210. (15.3). We had write a linear inequality or linear equation given a verbal description. Remember, the easiest way to do that is y equals mx plus b. M is our slope, our rate of change. B is our starting point or our y-intercept. So what's important here is that a pool is being drained at an average speed of 25 gallons per hour. The pool started with a total of 375 gallons. So think, which one's your M and which one's your B? This is my M or my slope. This is my starting point, my B value. So y equals, the pool is draining, it's losing water, so negative 25 gallons per hour. I'm just going to use an X. We could use an H for hour, it doesn't tell us. Plus my starting point is 375 gallons of water. Perfect. Let's practice graphing again because it's on your quiz. In 15.3, The learning target was graph and analyze functions on the same coordinate plane. So y equals negative 4x plus 32 is going to be one of them. And y equals negative 8x plus 32. X and y. Let's go up by ones here again. If it helps you can write in every single number. And just so my graph is kind of spread out and looks nice, I'm going to go up by 2s. We could go up by 4s, but I have enough room to go up by 2s. So 2, 4, 6, 8. All the way up to 32 because that's my y-intercept or my starting point. So let's plot our y-intercept at 32. And my slope is down 4 over 1. So I need to go down 2, 4 over 1. So 2 boxes. 2 numbers, 4 numbers over 1. 2, 4 over 1. 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4. Use the ruler. Connect them. And again, this y-intercept is again at 32. Same starting point, different slope this time, a steeper slope of 8. So 2, 4, 6, 8 over 1. So I'm going 2, 4, 6, 8 over 1. That's 4 boxes. Oops, sorry. I want my lines to be straight. So this x-intercept ends at 4. This x-intercept ends at 8. So whatever the situation is, it could take 8 minutes, it could take 4 minutes. Maybe we were biking, maybe we were running. Maybe we're dropping parachute guys. And go ahead and shade. The common area, which is in between. And I would like you to draw a vertical line at x equals 3. And you're going to write your answers as an inequality. I see an intersection point right here and another one right there. So kind of draw it over, look at what the numbers are. My low intersection point is at 8. So 8 is less than or equal to y, less than or equal to 20.